up, y'all? What up, y'all? This is the What Up Cub podcast. We back again on another day this week. This is the second time this week we going at it.
So
Going
that brick
hard.
wall.
Jerry.
What up, Britt? What up,
What, what,
Kendall?
what, when
What
the
up? What
hell,
up? What up?
when the hell you did all that intro and all that? I like
I
this
just
app.
started something new. I just
I
started
like
something
this.
new. I got straightened up, but I gotta do my little tweaks and stuff like that. Little tweaks and stuff. How y'all been doing, by the way? Now I got to check up on y'all.
Oh man, I'm
Look
struggling, man.
at that. Man,
Nigga
tired.
Man,
All
I'm
right, let's go
struggling,
and get
man.
into it.
Them kids no war
We
on
are,
Oh yeah.
bro. I know you ain't talking. You wore out early.
It ain't nothing to the king.
Mm.
Nigga, hey.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go and get to it. Like we're gonna see a game 7, fella. Like we're gonna see
Yeah,
a
man.
game
I'm
7.
blowed. I'm blowed, man.
Killing our predictions was off.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Derek
Well,
said it was going to a game 7. I ain't believe him. You were right.
you were right.
Yeah, he said it before the finals even started. It was going to 7 games.
Ooh.
You right.
So you think when the last time? Kim, you might know more than me. When the last time NBA finally went to a game 7?
2016. LeBron James and the
2016.
Cleveland Cavaliers, Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Last game 7. Before this game 7.
Okay then. So
Mhm.
this NBA final been pretty good though. It been
Yeah.
pretty good. So what's y'all takeaways from the game? Like what was the what was the cutting edge for Indiana winning today?
They got out
Um,
early.
Halliburton, 14 points after only scoring 4 points in game 6. I'm sorry, game 5. Um, but the key to me was TJ McConnell.
Okay.
Um, he had 12 points, 9 boards. He had 9 rebounds. Smallest guy on the court and was second in rebounding for the team. He had 6 assists on 50% shooting. Um, he was the difference maker, man, on offense and defense. He had 4 steals. Um, he was a difference maker. Miles Turner didn't have a good game. He only had 3 points. He shot 1 for 9.
Mm-hmm.
Pascal Siakam had a double double, 16 and 13, 16 points, 13 boards. Nimhart did good. Mathurin didn't really play that much. He only played in crunch time, but Naismith and just the support guys did well. Um, for OKC, um, to me, SGA had 21 points. I'll be honest with you. A lot of them fouls that for him shouldn't have been fouls. So really and truly, he should have only had like 15 points. Um, the Indiana Pacers did a good job. I would say this
Mm-hmm.
home cooking is good. But they got to take this show on the road, and I actually think they could do it, man. So
You think so?
yeah,
I think the defensive pressure was a difference maker too.
hmm
You
They
said say that again. The defensive pressure.
yeah, their defensive pressure was a difference maker in this game.
Yeah. So. Mm. So some of the stuff that I've been seeing, I've been watching the highlights and I watched the end of the game. It seemed like Indiana came out with that energy. Like
yeah.
this game 6 that they just played was a must win game, and they had to come out. They had to come up with that energy. So I seen them
Mhm.
playing with that different type of energy. Cup said it looked like OKC gave up at the end. What you think?
Go ahead, Brett. I'll follow behind you, Paul.
They 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 kind of did. They kind of lost a little hope on it, but they pretty much knew it was over in the third quarter actually.
Mm.
But
Okay, well,
they knew they still had that one more game in their back pocket so they can live off of that.
because the third quarter was they up by 20. How far they was up?
In third quarter, most of the quarter, they were up by like 26, 27 points.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, yeah, they was up a lot.
And then right at the end, they hit a three to go up 30.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go off what Brett said, but I'm gonna take it a step further. I think that they knew that the game was over. I won't say they gave up. I would say that they knew that it was going to game 7. They wasn't gonna cut the lead down. The Pacers just had too much energy. They wasn't coming back, and I think the OKC head coach did the smart thing and pulled all his starters to keep everybody from getting hurt. Because the last thing you want is somebody to sprain an ankle, strain a calf, strain a MCL, PCL, ACL, strain wrist. You know, the last thing you want is somebody to get hurt going into a game 7. So third quarter, we knew it was a wrap. So just go ahead and pull all your starters. Say, look, we got one more game at home. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm. But they got one more game though. They gotta make it work.
Yep.
So who y'all got in the game 7? Is it gonna be a toss up?
Yeah. OKC at home.
OKC at home.
That's an advantage.
Yeah. I'm gonna change my pick though, Junior. I said before that it was gonna be OKC in 7 if they got to game 7. But after what I seen, and I ain't saying that it's gonna be the same thing next game, but as much of a blowout this was, Siakam didn't really have a good game. Halliburton didn't have a good game. So in game 7, one game for it all, it could go either way, but I really and truly think that the Indiana Pacers might pull this off, bro.
Yeah.
You guys gonna if they so happy to pull it off, Kim, you think
Mhm.
it'd be the most shocking NBA final in a long time?
Yeah, because OKC is clearly the better team,
Mm-hmm.
and for if Indiana wins, because think about it, Indiana wasn't even supposed to beat who did I don't know who they played in the first. Oh, they played the Bucks in the first round. They weren't even supposed to beat Milwaukee in the first round. They weren't supposed to beat Milwaukee. They weren't supposed to beat Cleveland because Cleveland was the number 1 team in the East. They weren't supposed to beat New York,
Mm-hmm.
and they weren't supposed to beat OKC. So I liken this to when Dallas won the championship in 2011 because the only team that Dallas was supposed to beat was the Trailblazers in the first round, but they weren't supposed to beat the Lakers. They weren't supposed to beat OKC, and they damn sure weren't supposed to beat the Heat. So just like I said before on a couple of episodes before, this Indiana team reminded me of that Dallas Mavericks team from 2011.
Yeah. So
What
that
up, Neat?
so
What's up,
neat.
y'all?
Got that
Can y'all hear me?
CJ from San Andreas.
Yeah, we hear y'all. We hear you. Well, Nick, we just going over the
Jay said we can
NBA
hear. I
Finals
ain't got no
game 6.
pronoun. Yeah.
Probably.
He,
You watch a little bit of the game, Nick?
hey, if Indiana keep playing like that, I don't know. OKC got a shot of winning this thing.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? That's exactly what I just said.
And especially if everybody clicking.
Yeah, everybody
And this
quick.
thing
Because I'm
better.
looking at
It's gonna
some.
be a long night.
I can see them playing like that in the game 7 because you ain't got no
Yeah.
choice.
You ain't got no choice. And then
Everything goes. Game 7.
Mathurin has been a big factor in this series, and he only played 14 minutes in this game. I mean, he pretty much, I don't think he played was like garbage minutes. So, like, they were still able to blow this team out, and Mathurin, one of their key players, didn't even really get no time. So, man, look, all I'm saying is that game 7, anything can happen.
Let me ask y'all this question: do you think OKC purposely lost this game just to win it at home?
No, that would be the stupidest thing that anybody could do.
Mm-hmm.
I would never do such a thing
That team too young to be having mindsets and stuff like that.
Yeah, because anything can happen. Because like SGA, God forbid, could land wrong and be out. Then what you gonna do? Jalen Williams get hit upside the head. Got a concussion. Like anything crazy can happen. So you never want to leave it up to something like that and say we want to win on our home court. Nah, I'm trying to win a championship. I don't give a damn where it's at.
Mm-hmm. Because you can't rely on trying to go to win it at home, get blowout again, just like what just happened.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be even worse to look. Getting blown out, Paul, at home on your home court.
Rough.
People can't even talk no more.
Hey, you saying Paul? Some people say no Diddy. I don't know which one. I think that even suspect to say that no Diddy.
Hey, look, somebody look, I forgot what somebody said. Somebody said they said something so bad. They said pause don't even work. They said they gotta say damn, I forgot what they said. You gotta say some kind of magic word.
Shit. But it's bad. I can't say nothing now. I'm looking at some of the Pacers. Everybody had a hand in this win today because
Indiana Pacers, Marquis, dang.
Toppin had 20 points. He scored the most points out of everybody.
Led all scores. Yep, that's what I'm saying. Like the Pacers won, but they ain't even like Toppin was the leading scorer. Like, bro, I'm telling you.
Because Toppin had 20, TJ McConnell had 12, Halliburton had 14, Nesmith had 10, Nembhard, I think I said that correctly, had 17, and Siakam had 16. And so most people had like 3-4 points and stuff like that. I was like, dang. That's all around. Everybody had a hand in the win today. Let me look at the OKC. Shy had 21 points. I see why they lost. Shy and Williams had 6. Shy had 16. Everybody else didn't do too much of nothing. And Shy played 31 minutes. God damn. 31 minutes.
That's it?
Nigga said the whole
I played 31 minutes.
Oh, for real? Like,
Williams
shit.
played 27, 24. I'm like, dang.
That's below the minimum in today's game, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Think about back when the early 2000s, with 2017, 2018, LeBron was putting like, 40 minutes a game in the playoff because he had to. Why he only playing 31 minutes in the playoff? It's go time. He need to be playing 40 plus.
I mean, they did.
They probably took him out that fourth. They probably took him out that fourth.
Good.
Yeah, they sat the whole fourth quarter. So,
Hey. All right, before we dip out, You just want to cover the email game 6. I know I just asked y'all. I'm gonna ask y'all again before we dip out. Who you got in game 7, and by how many?
I'm gonna give it to the Pacers, but OKC, they like I said, they still got the home field advantage. There ain't no field, but yeah. What, neat? But they got the advantage a little bit on just that being home, but they got to come on with it. You gotta leave it out there on the floor tonight. Well, not tonight, but
that's nothing. I don't agree with them. Like, I don't agree with them sitting the player because they're getting blown up. In my opinion, that's the perfect time to try to run some stuff and see what you can do against the team.
Yeah.
They too afraid of them getting hurt, but they ain't this the NBA
finals. The game, hey, that don't make no sense.
Well, as soon as they get hurt, though, you know what I'm saying, that's what they're gonna be saying. Why would you keep them in the game? Why would you do this? Why would you do that? So, you know, and I get what you're saying, Nick, but you know, them folks get fired over stuff like that. Look, that owner gonna say, yeah, nigga, why you left them folks in the game, man? Yeah, we go. Junior, we gonna have to let you go.
Like, see what you can do with this that team, because when that defense lock in, they fucking lock in.
Mm-hmm.
But the other question is, who gonna have that mama mentality and shoot around after hours and come in and just kill something?
Ain't nobody doing that no more.
Coach gonna have that mama mentality.
I'm gonna tell you who gonna shock it. Well, they ain't gonna shock everybody, but who gonna pull off some bullshit again?
Who?
The refs.
I got a question for y'all.
Yeah, what up?
It's about LeBron. So I watched some highlights a couple days ago. Mm-hmm. So what y'all think solidified LeBron, his greatness? That 2012 against the Celtics, 2016 against Golden State. Was it 2016?
Yeah.
So solidified means stamped in. You have to go to 2012, but people gonna remember him from the 2016. But I think he was great. They started talking about it great way before then, but like for real, like the GOATs talk was in Miami when they started talking about it. So I'm gonna have to go with that. Well, you said 2013, Nick?
Yeah. No, 2012. What's it 2012? That's the year they won the championship.
I'm gonna have to go with 2012, but most people they ask about it, they talk about that 2016 year. Yeah. But when you said it was solidified, that means when he first went and stamped in.
He's supposed to be in the finals right now.
Who, LeBron?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. LeBron actually, I'm gonna start some shit. Kelly, y'all can go ahead, but I'm gonna start some shit. LeBron actually is my personal opinion. When you talk about GOAT talk, you gotta be picky. You have to be picky. I'm not, because they all legendary. When you talk about GOAT talk, you have to be picky. On paper, LeBron's number 2 GOAT. I don't put LeBron number 2 all the time. I just
he my number 3, and that's my favorite player all the time.
I think he's number 3.
Who you got in front of him? You all got in front of him.
Who in front of LeBron?
Michael Jordan,
Kobe and LeBron.
Oh, hold on, say that again. How the conversation go? What you got it based off of?
Based off championship, based off when it's time to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now LeBron knew that. That's why he ran them numbers up. I know numbers don't lie, but it's also the eye test. You cannot tell me you look at the LeBron career and look at I ain't say career. LeBron great.
See, that's why
Kobe. You think Kobe?
That's why
you think
I
LeBron?
had that conversation with somebody.
If you would pick Kobe over LeBron, it just say we picking playing regular ball. You gonna sit there? You gonna pick LeBron over Kobe?
But the thing is, we're talking about championship or finals and anything. LeBron took a lot of trash teams to the finals that had no business being there.
He did do that.
Yeah,
a lot of trash teams.
Cavaliers.
Kobe was on. Some of them teams Kobe was on. I ain't gonna say they were decent, but they.
I mean, you pick them team. You pick them team Kobe was on versus them team LeBron was on. Who you picking to win them games?
Nah. Look, I'm gonna
LeBron has some trash teams.
I'm telling LeBron not better on this one. Nick, I sit there and watch Kobe. I'm like, man, that nigga ain't better than Kobe.
I hear you, but what people don't talk about from that LeBron team, because this, I ain't even gonna lie, I kind of don't like this argument because people downplay that LeBron James team. Listen, that LeBron James team had 2 All-Stars on that team. That's why I don't get when they say the team was trash. They had.
I mean, you can. Which team you talking about?
I'm talking about if you said that he took a couple of trash teams to the finals, that 2017, which everybody was talking about, that team had Zuzundris Ilgauskas. He was an all-star.
He was playing good that year.
He was an all-star in the wood in the East.
They had Mo Williams
in the East.
But that's what I'm saying, Nick. If you say the team was trash, you got to also say that the East as a whole was trash.
100%, exactly.
And if that's the case,
but they don't stop. But his team was still trash compared to what them team was in the West.
But what I'm saying is that with that being said, then it kind of kills the whole argument, because like if you're saying, okay, well, he took a trash team to the finals, he took a trash team because he ain't have no competition. So he really ain't have to do nothing. So if you use that logic to up LeBron, it doesn't work, because it's like, well, damn, anybody could have took that team to the finals. So I can't give LeBron credit for that, because if I had gave Dwayne Wade that same team, Dwayne Wade probably could have took that team to the finals. So
when select few players can do stuff like that, but carrying teams and stuff like that, Wade in his prime, he could have did it. Of course, LeBron in his prime, Kobe in his prime.
Now, what I will say,
but you just can't throw any star on them teams and that team go to the final, even though the East was trash.
What I will say is that 2006 Lakers team with Kwame Brown, with Chris Mim, with what was the nigga name? Smush Parker.
God damn, I forgot about him.
And Brian Cook and all them niggas, even though they lost in the first round, them the teams that we talking about, like that team with Kobe, them niggas would get destroyed by LeBron in that 2007 Cavs team, which was the following year, which was the very next year. So I don't even think that when people say that, I don't even think you could use it for a discussion, because I can also turn around and say, well, shit, if Kobe's Lakers was in the East, he would have had a chance of going to the finals with that same team. But I mean, those hypotheticals don't work, and I hate how people just like make it seem like it wasn't number scrubs on that Cavs team, because Booby Gibson, Daniel Gibson, that man was balling that year. Now he didn't do nothing else after that.
Yeah, man, shit.
But he was. I'm sorry, Junior. I know we got off topic.
No, you good, because we said on. I think this is the first year we started doing the podcast. I said, I forgot what year, probably the 2012. That LeBron, if that LeBron played like that from then on, which majority he did, from then on, but he slacked off a little bit.
Oh, I want to answer that.
That LeBron can be rival against Jordan. I'm talking about that LeBron, that Miami LeBron.
2012 LeBron.
That LeBron, yeah. He be rival against Jordan.
Y'all
but
he
didn't keep it good. Well, he kept it going, but not like, I don't know. when you talk about GOAT talk, you have to be picky. You had to be picky. But go ahead.
All I'm gonna say is that you see out of the 2012 LeBron and 2016 LeBron,
Who you got? 15 LeBron?
Nah, I got 2008 LeBron. With nobody dominating like 2018 LeBron. Well, and look, every team that man facing the playoffs, I was rooting for them, and he was picking them niggas apart, bro. And
what year?
That was 2018. That's when they got beat by. That's when J.R. Smith made the mistake in
the infamous
game one debacle. But if you go back and look, when I tell you LeBron was dominating the playoffs, he looked like that's when that year I was convinced that man was taking some type of performance enhancing drugs or something. Like, listen, trust me. I know he didn't win a championship that year, but if you go look up, now, Neat, if you want to argue that team, in my opinion, business being in the finals, that 2018 team, now he literally dragged that team to the finals. They had Jordan Clarkson, and Jordan Clarkson is good, but he wasn't as good then as he is now. But they had Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance Jr. They had just a whole bunch. They had George Hill, just a lot of niggas that was messing up. And to me, that 2018 LeBron was solidified it because they lost, but it sure hell wasn't his fault.
Yeah, but we can go on this. But we can go on this conversation for a long time. But anyway, back to your question, Nick. I don't think nobody asked you a question but me then. 2012. 2012, bro.
What was the question?
Which year? He said 2012 or 2016, Nick?
Yeah.
Which one of those years that solidified LeBron?
Oh, I answered the question. I disagree with both and said 18.
What you think, Britt?
I gotta say 2012. Because I think if he wouldn't did what he did to get Boston in 2012, I don't know if he'd be the same player he is today.
That's what I was saying.
I agree with that.
Nick said it'll be 2012.
2012. Okay, I'm not mad at none of those tapes. I'm not mad at none of those.
The Celtics sold too. They should have been punching that nigga or something. They should have hit that nigga in the nuts and so look, I'll be damned if I let one nigga. I'll be damned if I want to let one motherfucker just like, man, look. What that nigga name is? Kevin Garnett should have open hand club that nigga. Some niggas scoring all on point.
Since we talk about solidifying, what year Kobe inked in his solidified his greatness?
2001 NBA Finals against the Indiana Pacers. When Shaq fouled out. And he brought the team back on. Oh, my bad.
Okay then.
That nigga had them fats down to the teeth.
Okay then.
It's like all great players, they had that moment that made them great players. Like LeBron had that 2012 or 2016, 2018. He had a couple. Wade had that it was against Dallas. I forgot, was it game 5?
Was that? That was 2003.
No, that was 2006.
No, 5.
2006. Yeah. And Wade just took over. I'm like, man.
Wade then came in 2005 then.
Say that one more time, Brett.
Wade then was drafted in 2005, wasn't
it? 2003.
So I thought it was 2 years after that. That's when Wade went there.
No,
No.
what you thinking about in 2005 was when they had beat the New Orleans Hornets with
Mhm.
Baron Davis when Baron Davis was on the team and they were the underdogs and Miami. Matter of fact, I think that's when Dwayne Wade was wearing like number 5 or something. But he oh, I'm sorry. Fun fact: Dwayne Wade
That
was
nigga
the
went
year
all
after
the way
he
back.
wore number 5, and they beat them in that. But to me, that wasn't his coming out party. Like
Mhm.
when he went in the finals, because a lot of people was expecting Shaq to take over, and Dwayne Wade said, "Nah, this is my show."
This my show. Yeah. But a
Mhm.
lot of people don't talk about Wade greatness. Of course, who you got in front of him, but
Oh,
Wade,
I'm sorry.
but
I'm
Wade,
sorry.
He top 3
Wade great,
shooting though.
and he got hurt. He got injured, so they kind of stopped his. He even talked about it. They kind of stopped his pursuit when he got hurt.
Fucking Shane Battier. I ain't gonna forget that shit.
Shane
He
Battier,
basically ended that man's
motherfucking
career, killer.
goddamn, huh?
He basically ended that man's career.
Who ended who career?
Wade, Shane Battier, when he pulled that shoulder,
Uh-huh.
Oh, I
that
thought it
man was
was
getting hurt ever since.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
at least Wade don't
Should
want
have squared up with that nigga.
no Grant Hill. Even though Grant Hill was Grant Hill first ballot Hall of Famer. Oh, he was the first ballot.
Yeah, he
Anyway,
was first ballot. He was killing, man. That nigga was dunking on everybody.
he was first ballot. So what I'm about to say, we're gonna match up there. But anyway, that lets you know how good Wade was. He got hurt, and it kind of stopped his great. Well, not stopped his greatness, and he still was the first ballot Hall of Famer.
How many players they could have had that?
If Derrick Rose would never
Derrick
got hurt,
Rose.
boy, it
Take it out
would've
my
been
mouth.
Derrick Rose. He took.
I think Derrick Rose can get a Hall of
He
Fame
took
easy.
what, nigga?
The
If
reason
I'm
I
not
said
mistaken,
he got too much love.
if I'm not mistaken,
From
they
the
said he was
players.
the favorite to go to the finals in 2012, wasn't it? Oh,
Yeah,
LeBron and the Cavs.
yeah, but Joakim Noah, that jump.
They had a good team. They had a solid team too.
That damn Derrick Rose, like, you know how he was playing that year. You ever go back and watch the highlights?
Man,
I'm like,
shit.
God.
When I go back and watch the highlights, be pissed off at that Joakim Noah jump shot.
That's that jump shot you skip over on 2K.
That nigga shoot like he trying to adjust the shower head in the shower.
Ooh, well, yeah.
I just wish Westcott could have been more of a team player.
Cool.
Camelo.
Oh yeah.
Nobody was
Hey, y'all
standing
want
that
to keep
dude.
going
Way.
on? Okay. So you think that was the problem for him? He's great, but when you talk about GOAT talk, you think that was his main problem for him not up there with LeBron? You can say he's not up there with Wade because he don't got how many championships? Melo don't got no championship on.
Melo was all about scoring. Now we talking about a scoring conversation.
Yeah.
I just got him as my
that's different.
And plus,
scoring, he better than all of them. Yeah.
And plus, if you think about it, the key to that draft class was we ain't going to include Darko Milicic, but you got to think about the other top 4 players. They are 3 of them took a pay cut. Melo said, "I ain't taking no damn pay cut." Fuck that. So as a result, those top 3 got them multiple championships, and Melo went to New York and ate up all the salary cap, and it was just unfortunate for real, like, cause you know.
And in hindsight, you think he probably made some of the right. You would think he made some of the right. So it just didn't play out real well. Like who wouldn't go to New York from them? But
Melo said he was just here for money and play basketball championship.
Right.
I think he tried to win them at the end, but it just didn't.
I don't even think so. Then
it didn't play out well.
Because one team wanted him to come off the bench. Melo like, I ain't coming off no damn bench.
What team that was? Was the Lakers or Portland?
What was the last team he played with? Was
No,
it Portland?
It was OKC that wanted him to come off the bench.
Yeah. Oh, you got me fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, you got Melo looking like Scottie Pippen at the end of his career. Did Scottie Pippen play for Portland? I think he actually did decent at Portland.
Yeah, he did pretty good in Portland. It was just, Kobe and Shaq was too good. Lakers just too good.
Man said, "Live when Jordan live." Hey, look.
But that damn Jordan, I be watching them highlights. But we get so spoiled. So we watch a lot of greatness in the past year. So we had Jordan. After Jordan was who? Was it Kobe? Straight out? No. Yeah, Kobe. People tend to forget Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan not flashy.
Fundamental.
Nigga fundamental, bro.
Like you said, Kobe. Right after Kobe had LeBron. You got to put Wade in there. So Wade got three. Wade got 3 championships, so you got to put him in there. They ain't GOAT talking, but yeah. Who will? Dirk. How many championships Dirk got?
2.
Just one.
Just one?
Oh, he got 2.
Oh, he got 2?
Who got 2?
Dallas.
You sure, man?
Hold on. He just got 1. Sure? Is it 1? I think it's just 1.
Probably got 2. Did they have a time they beat the Heat?
No, they just beat Miami in 20. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, because Miami Heat turned them game sliders up after 2011. They said,
yeah. Yeah, just 1.
Okay, then. All right. What we at? We at almost 40 minutes. All right, we going
to turn them game sliders up.
I'm going to ask y'all a few more questions before we dip. I know y'all tired. But anyway, what was the funnest NBA year? The reason I thought about that is I thought about when LeBron went to the Miami Heat, that was a time to be alive. Like, that was my favorite team besides Chicago Bulls. I actually enjoyed that time when LeBron was down there at the Heat. That's why I was kind of mad when he left.
He did the right thing. Pat Riley about to break that shit up.
Bro, what was your favorite year or years in the NBA?
Between,
of course, it's gonna be them championship years that your favorite team was. Yeah.
Of course, between 2012 to 2018. After 2018, it was over with.
For me, it been between 2003 and 2012.
Okay.
It kind of started fading when that Boston team got together. I knew that was going to start something new.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That Wade won with Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
no, just like superstar teams getting put together. I just knew that was
okay.
Be a thing.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
We knew then they were gonna start changing stuff then.
Mm-hmm. Cause when Boston got together, and other players already thinking like we need to do the same thing.
Dang.
But Boston had a good read. They were just like the only way we can do this, we get together. It made sense.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't forget. Like they were still good, but it was they was at the end of their prime.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. I ain't gonna say they was out of their prime. They was at the end of their prime. Ray Allen, was it Ray Allen in his prime or he was out of his prime? He was a bucket at the end.
Yeah.
You remember Ray Allen had an all around game.
Mm-hmm.
Till he just started being a spot up.
But Ray Allen didn't even announce his retirement. That man just stopped playing basketball.
Kellen, what was your favorite year before we end this live? What was your favorite year?
I'll tell you a little story. Everybody sit back. the year was 2000, and the millennium had just kicked off. And in the Staples Center, we were undefeated. We had won every game leading up to the NBA Finals. And a young man by the name of Allen Iverson put up, I think he put up 40 something, might have been 30 some points to beat the Lakers. But we then turned around and won the next four, winning. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was in what year that was? No, that was in 2001. My bad. 2000, we played the Indiana Pacers, and yeah, got that first chip. I felt like I had won it. I felt like I had won it personally. Yeah. we went on to play the Philadelphia 76ers, and we won that series in 5 games. We call that a gentleman's sweep. Yeah, got back to back chips. Then, next you know, in 2002, we match up against the New Jersey Nets with Kenyon Martin, Richard Jefferson, Kerry Kittles, Jason Kidd, Lucius Harris, and a whole host of other niggas. And with Byron Scott as the head coach, former Laker, swept them niggas. But Todd McCullough, what's the nigga name? Dikembe Mutombo, niggas were no match. We beat them niggas in 4 games, and I'll never forget, Junior, I was at y'all house over there in White House Fort when we swept the 76ers to win back to back the last 3-peat. Yeah. Fast forward on over to 2008. You know, we lost to Boston, but that's all right. Back in 2009, we beat the Magic. Also gave them a gentleman's sweep. Beat them 4-1. Then we turned around and the very next year, trying to get some revenge on Boston. We were down 3-2 to Boston. I'll never forget. I remember Paul Pierce leaving the arena saying, one more. And then game 6, we blew Boston out by 20 plus. Game 7, down by 13 points in the 3rd quarter. Kobe having a rough shooting night. 4th quarter came on. Everybody started hitting shots. Derek Fisher, Cole with the mid-range, and Ron Artest, also known as Metta World Peace, hit that 3. That kind of sealed the deal. Pau Gasol with some clutch and ones. Kobe finished with 24 points, 13 rebounds, 9 for 24 shooting. Remember, like it was yesterday. We won. It was back to back, and I'll never forget. I posted back to back so many times. I think people were threatening to report me on Facebook at the time.
On Facebook.
On Facebook. So yeah, that was the best time. So basically from 2000 to 2010, we were doing our thing, and then we won us another chip in the old 2020. So as a fan, I won 6 championships, man. You can't beat that, bro. Ain't nothing like it, man. All right, that's it.
Cause I feel like I won a person.
Yeah. Mic on mute, Britt.
Britt, your mic's on mute.
Oh, Britt, what's going on over there?
What you saying, Britt?
Hold on. Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah. What you saying?
I see it. Shit, I don't forget. Fuck. My short-term memory.
Look at that. All right, before we dip out, anything else y'all got left to say before we dip out?
No.
Y'all good?
No.
All right. Facebook. What you said, Neat?
Oh, you can go ahead.
Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Till next time, this the What Up Cub podcast. We appreciate it. Y'all please like, subscribe, and share the live. Next time.